went to central London today to take some photos with my Fuji X100T, but I also thought this would be a good opportunity to talk about my views on this camera after a year of use. So this is my FUJIFILM X100T 1 year review. So what do I think of this camera? Well, the first thing to point out, of course, is that this camera has a fixed 35mm lens. What that means is that there's no zoom on it. So if you want to get closer to the subject, you just have to walk there. You can't zoom in. Now that's not for everyone, but shortly before getting this, I decided that I wanted to stick to one camera and one lens. Having a camera with one lens forces you to really hone in on what your kind of personal style is and remove all the clutter around photography that can sometimes give you a bit of a headache. So I can safely say that the X100T cured my gear acquisition syndrome. So how good is the X100T at its job? Well, in the past, the Fuji X100 range have had a bit of a bad reputation for autofocus. And I was a little bit concerned about that when I bought this, but actually I've had no problems at all. I find it more than adequate. Now I know I don't take pictures of really fast moving things. I don't take pictures of sports or animals particularly, or children. Those kind of things move a lot faster. But for any photo I've taken, this has actually been fine. Now the next thing to talk about are the manual dials on this camera. I love the fact that the camera is in fully automatic. And the moment you want to change the aperture, you just turn the dial and it's an aperture priority. And the moment you want to change the shutter speed, you just turn the shutter dial and it's on shutter priority. Or if you change both, it's in full manual mode. Now, if you don't know that much about cameras, that might be a bit confusing. But basically, the controls for this camera are as intuitive as you could want. Since I've been using this camera, I've rarely missed a shot that I've wanted to get. Whereas in the past, I might have got stuck in the back of a camera trying to change the settings. With this camera, I always know very quickly how to set the camera up for the shot that I want. And as a result, I've got some of my favorite photos I've ever taken with this camera. And that includes photos in low light, photos of moving subjects, photos that I've really quickly grabbed on the go. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a really quick camera. Now another thing that I really appreciate after using this camera for a year is the beautiful image quality that it produces. This camera has fantastic dynamic range, which means that when I'm editing a photo in post-production, I can really lift out shadows and bring down the highlights without losing too much quality. When I do that in some of my cameras with smaller sensors, the pictures end up looking either sort of washed out or the colours come out a little bit dirty. Kind of hard to explain. The only time when this camera has held me back is when I wanted to take photos in the rain, because of course it's not weather sealed, so you can't use the X100T in the rain. I did, however, once come up with a novel solution for this, but it wasn't very elegant. So finally, how about the design of this camera? Well, first off, I need to mention a design flaw, but don't worry, because it's something that you can easily fix. So the camera comes with its own strap, and the split rings, these things at the bottom, which connect the strap to the camera on the supplied strap, are triangular. Now bizarrely, the triangular split rings that Fujifilm provide actually wear down the metal strap lugs on the camera to the point where eventually it would wear through completely and you wouldn't be able to attach any straps. The simple solution to this problem is to use a camera strap which uses circular split rings, which you can buy anywhere. One last thing that I would suggest doing is to put a screen protector on the back and a lens filter on the front to protect the lens. That way then you can just chuck the camera in your bag and don't have to worry about it. For the lens protector, I just bought a simple adapter from JJC and then screwed on a B&W clear filter on the front. And it just means that I don't have to worry about scratching the lens. And also I never have to mess around with lens caps that otherwise I might lose. Anyway, now I'm going to go and take some photos around town. I just want to say another thank you to those of you that have put photos on the hashtags on Instagram, Pablo Strong Reflection and Pablo Strong Blue. Thank you so much. I love going and checking it out. Check it out all the time. And there are some really great photos up there. So if you haven't done already, go and post some photos there. Go and check out the photos that are already there and leave some lovely comments as well. I just want to say how happy I am that you're enjoying the first episode of my Lost Slides project, the USA road trip. I'm really excited about showing you the other episodes of that. And some of you have even been sending me photos that you've gone to take in exactly the same places that those slides were taken in. I love that so much. It gave me the idea to start a hashtag, Lost Slides USA, for Instagram. So if any of you in the future go and take a photo in the same location as one of the photos in my Lost Slides USA road trip series, then you can upload it to the Instagram hashtag.
Prepare to embark upon the darkest voyage into the unknown in the history of mankind.
Oh, another really good thing to mention about this camera is that none of the buttons have got sloppy. You know how sometimes you buy something and then over time the buttons get a bit kind of weak, or they get movement in them, a bit of play and stuff. None of that has happened with this camera, and maybe I'm a bit OCD, but I find that really, really important. So good one, Fujifilm.
Burning lust for revenge pushed them to and beyond the limit where normal men would fall.
So I hope you enjoyed that rundown on the Fujifilm X100T 1 year on. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and make sure you go and check out my Lost Slides project episode 1 and my Instagram account as well. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time. Wow. Now that is a brilliant photo. This is exactly the kind of photo I wanted to find when I bought this box.